And they feel like there might be a little too much tension sitting down for the first time on air. And also, I think part of it is, I think talking about it, unfortunately, has caused a backlash of racism. I know that a number of people have called this group, and they're very upset. The people who see what we're doing and know we're not racist or bigoted or that are calling, and they're so upset. It's an angry thing. It's an angry thing. And we want to certainly squelch that immediately. So they felt like, would you be willing to this, John? Would you be willing to sit down because they feel like they've been misrepresented in a number of areas? Would you be willing to sit down with them off the air with Theo and our general manager and talk with them before we took it on air? They want that opportunity, and the station also wanted that opportunity. And I said, look, I'm not going to be the fly in this ointment. If that's what everybody wants, okay, but I'm ready to do this. I want you to know I am ready to do this. It's not going to be an attacking, hateful thing. No. I guarantee you at the end of that hour, we'll reach across the control board and shake hands. We may not agree with each other, but it's not going to be a situation where...
You will agree to disagree.
It's not... The hour, I really felt the hour that we could do would not inflame the situation. It would actually do the opposite.
And come away with a better understanding from each side,
So the group MANA would like me to announce two things on their behalf, and I will. Number one, although they organized the protest outside McDonald's on Saturday afternoon, they're not happy with the media coverage that they received. They want to reiterate to everybody that they never called John London a bigot, and they never said the station was racist. It was the way the media focused on it, and now it's kind of backfiring, and they don't want that. They feel badly that it was portrayed in that way. Number two, they understand why John London and the audience are upset, but at the same time, they've attempted to communicate with us and have tried setting up a private meeting, and due to schedule conflicts, this hasn't taken place yet, but it will now. Okay, so, in other words, they feel like it was a slanted report, and they also are saying we're willing to sit down and talk. So that's their position with MANA. That's where it stands today. And unfortunately, our general manager is going on vacation, 12-step program.
Okay,
and,
stop.
And we'll be back the week after. At that point, we will sit down. In my heart, I want to work it out because I know in my heart, I might make some mistakes, and people unknowingly sometimes will do things that hurt other people. I know that in my heart, I do not knowingly hurt, hate, or want to hurt or hate any group, especially Asian Americans. And that's the only point I want to get across to them. If you don't like my humor, hey, there's a truckload of folks out there who would agree with you. Who would agree with you.
But those same people don't listen.
But there's also a group of people who like and enjoy and know what it's all about, and they shouldn't be denied access to that either. Okay.
And if you were that much of a racist, John, I mean, really, I wouldn't be sitting here. I would not be sitting here.
Would you be here?
What they're paying me, I'd be here.
No.
Okay, Uncle Ben.
In good conscience.
Right, City
You could not in good conscience. No, you couldn't.
No, of course.
I would like to read a fax that I guess came down yesterday from RAKAMOTO. It was an artist that we had. And I think
Asian American.
And Asian American.
Just to point that out.
To me, it represents how I feel, and I would just like to read it to you. So if you would give me a couple minutes here. To the house party, I just wanted to let you know that I got your back on this Asian hate issue that has been going on for the past few weeks. I am a loyal listener and have been a fan of John London since he was an on-air personality in Los Angeles before he pulled an Al Davis and left town in the early 80s.
Okay,
I used to be here, left
a long time ago.
Maybe you remember me as a former 5 Minutes of Fame guest, RAKAMOTO and the Habaya Posse, an Asian rap group. Let me briefly outline why I feel the entire radio station, including John London, is not a racist towards Asians. Number one, I know of at least 2 Asian rappers who have been allowed on 5 Minutes of Fame, Kikool and myself, RAKAMOTO. It would have been very easy for the Beat to deny us an opportunity to expose ourselves since the Beat is predominantly an African-American station. Number two, the Beat has the only major Asian DJ in Los Angeles, Theo. Number three, I felt that the entire crew went out of their way to welcome my group with open arms when we were on the show. This includes everyone from Marilyn D. to Craig Wilbraham. Number four, the No Color Lines advertising campaign is the only campaign that I know of that even mentions Asians. Number five, I've actually seen Dennis Cruz and Shirley Strawberry on the streets after I was on the show, and they both remembered me and were really cool and encouraged me towards myself and my career. As an Asian American, I've experienced racism just as any other minority would have. To me, racism is being locked up in concentration camps because although you are an American, your forefathers others were from Japan. Racism is also being denied opportunity in life because of which country your ancestors came from. Racism is not poking fun at Lancido. Anyone with half a brain knows that he does not speak with a phony Asian accent. By the way, Dennis, it's funny, but you sound more Chinese than Japanese.
He's setting you straight on that.
My hope is that as Asians, we can move past these types of petty issues and move on to the more important issues of the Asian image in the media. We need to have more people on the airwaves who project a positive image like Theo, Jason Scott Lee, and some of the other Asians who are cast in the mainstream lead roles. Maybe one of the reasons that this Asian group is so offended is because there are not enough positive Asian images in the media to balance the satirical images. I believe that as long as we as Asians are not secure enough in our position in society that we cannot laugh at ourselves, and believe me, sometimes we are some funny mofos, I don't think that others will be able to accept us as the important members of society that we are. Please keep us laughing and feel free to call me, and he gives me the number if you would like further input. Sincerely,
I gotta say.
RAKAMOTO.
Wow.
I gotta
Good
say.
letter, RAKAMOTO.
P.S. I love Chicanito Hernandez, 27 and 7. So thank
That
you,
says it right
RAKAMOTO.
there.
That's how I feel. If I'm wrong, I hope that I'll be open enough to see it. But until then, I'm going to continue doing what I do, and I will sit down with the Asian group, and I will be glad to pass along their input or once again welcome them to come on the show and talk about it.
Right on.
John London is not a racist.
No.
I'm not a bigot, and I'm not anti-American.
No, you are not.
7:50. Let's check some traffic on the house party. Here's Shirley.
Brought to you by McDonald's of Southern California. Stop by this morning for a breakfast extra value meal, then supersize it for just 39 cents more and get a double hash brown and either a small Minute Maid orange juice or a large coffee. It's all at participating McDonald's. Prices may vary for a limited time. Westbound 105, usual slowing this morning from the 710 through Central, Mission Hills on the connector road from the northbound 405 to the westbound 118. A motorhome crash is on the shoulder with delays from Balboa. This report was also brought to you by 7-Eleven. Grab lunch at 7-Eleven today when you're hungry and in a hurry. Remember, all roads lead to 7-Eleven. For the 92.3 Traffic Beat, I'm Shirley Strawberry.